what's going on, guys? As you can probably already figure out what we're working on today. Yeah, we'll be working on this guy. He's a robotic ninja from Overwatch. I think his name is Genji. I could be wrong though. Hope you guys dig the video. So I had a conversation with ED today, and I was like, hey ED, how about you want to be a ninja or what? And he was like, yeah, I'm down. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to spray you and then wrap you with trash bag. And he's like, I don't like my job anymore. I don't want to be a ninja. It's not worth it. I was like, well, just shut up and take this razor blade to the dome, because that's your job. So I've already wrapped him with some high-tech duct tape, and I started drawing out all my patterns and got my CAD program out and did some cardboard aided drafting. And yeah, this is how I do my templates. It looks really crappy right now, but you're not looking at the big picture if you think it looks crappy, because yeah, eventually it'll come out looking like diamond made out of foam. Diamonds made out of foam. Yeah, seems legit to me, right? But I like using high-tech cardboard paper and high-tech masking tape. It's actually poster board, but so far it's looking kind of oovy, which is a step below groovy. Now I'm going to take my high-tech templates made from my high-tech duct tape, transfer it over some poster board paper. I'm going to use some 8mm EVA foam that I got from TNT Cosplay Supply, and if you want to get you some, you better go check out their website. And the reason why I'm using 8mm, because there's some bevel edges that I really want to cut that's a little extra thicker. You can't get from a 5mm craft foam. Here's the top of the dome where I did some V-groove undercuts, and I also did an inward angle cut right there where the bottom was supposed to meet this piece. I'm not sure what to call it, but it will look something like this. And now I'm working on the mouth plate and the jawline. I did some outward angle cuts and a straight cut, and it looks something like this. I did some undercuts for the under jawline. Now there's a lot of pieces here that I really don't know how to define, but hopefully you're paying really close attention to what I'm doing and it should all make sense. But yeah, your mouth plate should look something like this. Now here I am working on the other mouth plate. I decided to do it a little bit differently and put the jawline together before I put the mouth plate to it, and it kind of worked out a little bit better. It really didn't make any difference. I just wanted to try it out to see which side looked better, and so far it looks the same to me. So now that I have both sides done, I decided to put some heat to it and get some formation on there. I'm using this funky looking ball to get a little bit of curvature onto the dome, and now I'm gluing both pieces together, and once you're done you should have something that looks like this, which is like a crown. Maybe kind of a cool crown for Wonder Woman, but we're not working on Wonder Woman, so oh well. Now I'm attaching the two mouthpieces together. Notice I had to cut the center line in an inward angle so that way I can get it to look like this. And then I went and drew on some lines where the crown dome thingy is going to meet the mouth plate thingy. Yeah, I like saying thingy a lot because that's my thingy, get it? So far so groovy, and the front plate or piece of my helmet is starting to look really legit. Now it's time to throw the back part of the helmet together. I'm applying some heat so I can get some curvatures on there, so that way when I glue them together it starts to get some form in it. Now I'm using some 8mm EVA foam that I also picked up from TNT Cosplay Supply, and this piece right here is actually 5mm craft foam that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Now I went and drew some lines because the center top pieces are going to sit on top, so when I apply the glue, I'm going to apply the glue on the top surface of the side pieces and then the bottom surface of the centerpiece, which is the dome, which is this one. Now as for the centerpiece, I cut the center line straight, but I did cut the outer lines in an outward angle so that way I can get this really cool looking bevel when I glue them all together. Now here's what my side pieces is looking like right now. I'm about to glue this center bottom part of the helmet together because I used 5mm craft foam and the rest of the helmet is 8mm. It gave me this really cool staggered effect, which I really dig. Now here comes the tricky part. I gotta stick this center top piece to the rest of the side and the back, And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line it up before I commit to pressing it all down. Once it all looks good, then I push it all in, because once you push it all in, it's done deal. You can't go back. There's no turning back. Well, you can. I mean, you can start all over, but you know, that's up to you. Just take it easy. That's all I gotta say. So far, my helmet is coming together really nicely, and the beauty of it is that I can actually adjust the width, I guess, the length. Now I put some contact cement on the back half of the helmet, and I just dabbed a little bit to the front, and I tested it on, and it felt good, so I went ahead and glued it all down. Now here's what my first attempt looked like. I used 5mm craft foam, and I had to double up on some of the areas so that I can have that thickness that I need. But with the 8mm, cutting a bevel edge, and it worked. Now I'm cutting out all the accents and the ear cannas. I doubled up on the thickness on that because why not, right? It looked better. I glued it on there, and yeah. We're just about done. And now it's time to add on a few more details. I went and drew in some circle oval-ish looking thingy, and I tried carving it with a razor blade, but I didn't get the effect. So I took my wood burner and I took the tip off of it, and I just plunged it right in there, and it worked out. Now I'm gonna cut me out a hole in the back of the helmet so I can stick his ponytail. I guess you can call it that if you want. And then I got this little round thingy there. It's like a plunger-ish. I'm just gonna glue it on there and then Mod Podge the whole thing. Yeah, I like using Mod Podge because plastic dip puts out a really nasty odor and can't really do that indoors. But it's really all about preference. Some people prefer plastic dip. Now I went and glued this little support thingy there because the crown dome thingy was a little wobbly. And yeah, now I'm applying my paint. I'm using some gunmetal gray, and I fed it through my airbrush. I thinned it down with some Windex and some water. The water is to thin it down. The Windex is to keep the airbrush from clogging up. And I put 3 coats on there, and it's looking pretty legit. I used a hair dryer to accelerate the drying process because I'm impatient. Then I went and painted the back of the helmet with a paintbrush. I actually added some white to some black, doing some metallic too, because why not? And then I painted the rim around the eye area with some black paint. And so far, this is what my Genji Ninja helmet is looking like. I'm really digging it. I hope you're digging it too. I got this meshy looking fabric. It's kind of like silk, but not really. It's got a little more holes in it, but it's not as dense. I'm applying some contact cement to the inside of the helmet so I can just stick the mesh screen on there. And you're probably thinking, why are you using white screen mesh when you know his eye is supposed to be green? Well, I already thought about that, and I'm like 2 steps ahead. I cut a little slot on that little support thingy for a flashlight. This flashlight to be exact. There's a little bracket right here that's going to be dealt with, and I got this green light temperature changer thingy, and I'm taking out the bracket with this high-tech screwdriver because I don't really need it. And now I'm going to take this color light gel, and I'm going to cut it down just a little strip, just enough to cover the top of the light. I'm going to tape it to this clear tape, and then I'm going to take that and I'm going to tape it all over the front lens of the flashlight. Now this is like a really quick and easy solution to my green-eyed problem. Now I'm going to stick it into this little slot, and you're probably going to be like, what? Yeah, now you know where I'm going with this. It's really hard to see through green colored gel, but it's a lot easier to see through white mesh. So whenever you want to walk around your convention or the restaurants or school, whatever floats your boat, you can always turn off the light and see where you're walking, because once you have the light on, it gets a little blurry. But then again, who needs to see where you're going when you're looking this cool? You know what I mean? I mean, you just kind of like walk down the hallway of whatever area you're at, and people were like, what? And they're just gonna move aside for you. They're just gonna make way, but like, this guy needs this space. Then if you carry around a sword, be like, everybody's gonna run away from you. So here it is, you guys, my Genji helmet. It is done. Now I'm working on the rest of the armor, so you want to stay tuned for that because it's gonna be sick. Sick, nice. Alright guys, I hope you guys dig the video. Hope you guys learned something. The templates are available. Links will be in the descriptions below. I'm also working on the rest of the armor, which I'm not going to show you guys just yet. But if y'all want to see my progress on Genji, then make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram or my Facebook, because I share pictures of my whip, my work in progress. Definitely go check it out over there. I think it turned out really cool. What do you think? If you guys like what I do here, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already subscribed, because I got some other cool stuff coming and you don't want to miss it. Trust me, or I'll send this guy after you. I guess that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.